Jai Hind, dear students, my dear friends. Today we are going to learn through this video lesson about the last function in management, that is controlling. You know very well it is the last function in the category of functions of management. Already we have learned the different functions of management and different aspects coming under planning, organizing, staffing and directing in detail. So let us discuss about what is controlling and what is the importance of controlling in management of an organization, and also what is the different steps involved in the controlling process. So without controlling every element of an organization, nothing is going to happen in the right way. So, controlling is an element which is unavoidable in the management of an organization. We have to control everything, the human resources, the materials, and also the financial resources. Then only we can achieve the right objectives of the organization. Let us discuss and learn what is the meaning of the term controlling. Controlling involves the comparison of actual performance with the planned performance to find out the deviation and to take corrective actions. So controlling involves comparison of actual performance with the planned performance. So there is a direct link between controlling and planning. Every activities are controlled in an organization based on the plans and policies taken by the top level managerial staff of the organization, top level managerials. So we have to compare the performance by the actual performance with the planned performance. If there is any difference or deviation, then finding the reason for such difference. So controlling involves comparison of actual performance with the planned performance or standards. Then we have to find out the deviation, the variation from the plans, whether it is increasing or decreasing. Is there any higher difference or not? Whether it is undertaken as per the plans. So we have to find out the difference and taking corrective measures or actions to stop those reasons so that they do not reoccur in future. If there is any negative aspects which controls which is related to controlling, we can take necessary actions. We can find out the measures to overcome that unnecessary situation. So then only we can achieve the organizational objectives. So remember, this explanation gives in detail regarding what is the meaning of the term controlling. Dear students, hope it is very clear for you. So remember, it is one of the last managerial function, managerial process, which helps to maximize the outcome of the organization by minimum wastage of time, money, cost, managerial efficiency, human resources, etc. So we have to discuss about the importance of controlling. Importance of controlling. Why it is important as a managerial function. First point indicates controlling helps in achieving organizational goals. You know very well, we have learned the different objectives of an organization. Social, personal, organizational objectives are there. So here, through controlling all the elements of an organization in the right way, as per the plans, helps to achieve maximum organizational goals. So the controlling function measures progress towards the organizational goals and bringing to light indicate corrective action. So every time proper controlling of human resources, the employees of an organization, and the proper flow of cash outward of the organization ensures achievement of organizational objectives. So controlling human resources, controlling the flow of financial resources, controlling the inefficient utilization of materials, raw materials, etc., will help to achieve the organizational goals very effectively. So it helps in achieving organizational objectives. And the second importance shows there's for evaluating or judging accuracy of standards. Every time controlling is undertaken based on some standards. You know, my dear students, every time the teachers are controlling you based on the performance in the different exams. If you are weak, then teacher will increase the level of control, will give additional activities, more and more activities to bring the standard performance. So every time in an organization also, there is a norm or standard to evaluate the actual performance of the workers. Every time proper controlling enables or helps to judge the accuracy of standards. A good control system enables the management to verify whether the standards set are accurate or not. We have to check the validity of standards through controlling. So careful check on the changes taking place in the organizational environment helps to evaluate the accuracy of standards. So only through the managerial function controlling it is possible to check whether the standard kept to evaluate or to compare the performance is an accurate one or valid. That is another point shows the importance of controlling. Third one, it helps in making efficient use of resources. Already I told there are three different resources: human resources, material resources, and financial resources. Only through proper controlling steps, the manager can make the maximum utilization of all resources. All resources. Only through proper supervision and foreman, with the help of foreman, we can utilize the skill of workers maximum. Also, the supervision of the workers at the production area helps to reduce the wastage of resources. Also, a good accountant and financial supervisor, financial manager helps to reduce the unnecessary outflow of cash. So, only through controlling we can use all the resources in an organization very efficiently. So that is the third point indicates the controlling. And the next point is every time controlling improves motivation of employees. Controlling improves motivation of employees. So the employees' performance are analyzed based on the standard performance. You know very well, nowadays every employee has certain targets. They have to finish certain target. When the employee achieves that target performance, the automatically it will create intrinsic motivation. That is a part of the controlling system in an organization. So, a good control system ensures that employees know well in advance what they are expected to do and also the standard of performance. It thus motivates and helps them to give better performance. So majority of the organizations are giving a good salary and another financial motivations only based on the performance of the employees, and they are fixing a standard or a target. Those employees who are achieving more than that the standard will get higher financial motivation. So it always increases the motivation level of employees through better controlling system. That is another thing. It improves employees motivation, especially intrinsic motivation. The motivation comes within the mind. Dear students, next point that shows importance of controlling is it facilitates or control facilitating coordination in action. You know very well what is the meaning of coordination that you have learned in the first chapter. Coordination integrates the effort of all departments or employees in an organization. So, through proper controlling, we can ensure the coordination of or integration of the effort of all departments or all employees in an organization. So, in controlling, each department and employee is governed by predetermined standards which are well coordinated with one another. So, controlling provides unity of direction. Every time, controlling provides unity of direction. So, controlling enables better coordination of all elements that will help to achieve the organizational objectives effectively. So, my dear students, please remember the point controlling, facilitate, coordination in action. Also, a teacher's role is making good discipline in the classroom through his commands, commanding nature, and inspiring personality helps to control the students' behavior. So, controlling classroom management, classroom control is one of the important skill of a teacher. Like the same in an organization, it is the role of the manager, topmost authorities to control the employees to maintain discipline and order. So only through controlling we can ensure the order. Order means the proper place for everything and indiscipline among the employees. So controlling of all elements in an organization creates an atmosphere of order and discipline in the organization by keeping a close check on the activities of its employees. So through controlling the supervisors and other topmost managerial officials, they are directly or indirectly observing the performance of employees. So automatically that will help to keep all the things in proper order and to keep discipline coming on time to the organization, doing all the work as per the plans and fulfilling what are the different objectives of the organization through their efforts, maximum dedication without any laziness. All these things are possible only through controlling. So, my dear students, please remember the point ensuring control ensures order and discipline. So, that all are the point indicates importance of controlling. Hope it is very clear for you. And we are moving to the last topic from this chapter controlling process. Very important from the point of view of exam. A small chapter and having three different topics, and this is the last topic having more importance in the board exams. So remember, controlling process or steps in controlling. Both are same. Controlling process or steps in controlling. So every time the owner or the employer or the topmost managerial employees, before starting observing or controlling the efforts of the workers, they will fix a standard of performance that they are expecting from the employees. That is the first step in controlling, setting performance standards. Setting performance standards. Like we, the teachers, when we are improving the performance of students, we will put on criteria. We will take the criteria as the mark that he or she scored in the last exam. Here in an organization, they can create a criteria how much the number of products employees are produced in the last month can be taken as a standard to analyze the performance of employee in the next month. What is the number of unit of products produced by an employee in the previous month can be put as a standard to assess the performance of employees. And also, an organization can take the amount of profit earned during the year as a standard to measure the next year's profit. So that is the first step, setting performance standards. So standards are the criteria against which the actual performance would be measured. Thus, standards become basis for comparison and the manager insists on following standards. Every time the top management will fix a standard and it helps for analyzing and comparing actual performance of employees. So, every time controlling helps to measure the actual performance only with the support of the standard or the criteria or the norm that is already set by the managerial officials. So that is the first step. Remember, setting performance standards. Second one is, after setting the standard, we have to measure the actual performance of employees or what is the actual performance of the organization at the end of the financial year. That is the second step in controlling. So here the performance should be measured in an objective and a reliable manner, which includes personal observation, sample checking, etc. So with the personal observation, supervisors or with the support of supervisor or any other managers, we can collect the data regarding the performance of workers or the performance of the organization. The performance should be measured in same terms in which standards have been established. This will facilitate comparison. So whenever we are measuring the performance, we have to go through the different steps taken to create a standard. Then only the comparison will be effective. Then only we will get the valid reasons for increasing or decreasing the performance of the employee or the organization. So the second step is measurement of actual performance. And the third step includes, once the actual performance is analyzed, we can compare. So suppose we want to measure or control the performance of the organization, we can compare the actual performance. What is the current year's profit with the previous year's profit? That is comparison. Or we can compare our organization's performance with another organization's performance. So that is the standard. Sometimes we will take the standard as our organization's previous year's profit, or sometimes we will take the standard as the performance of another company during the year. So this step involves comparison of actual performance with the standards. Such comparison will reveal what is the deviation between actual and the standard performance, actual and the desired performance of the organization as per the plans. If the performance matches the standards, it may be assumed that everything is under control. If there is no much deviation, if there is no much higher amount of deviation in the performance, that shows all the activities are under control in the managerial staff. So that is why we are comparing actual performance with the standards already set. Then we have to find out the deviation. The fourth step in controlling is analyzing the deviation. Analyzing the deviation. What is the deviation? Whether it is increased or deviation or decreased deviation. So whenever we are analyzing the performance of profit, suppose last year my firm got 1,50,000 as the profit, and current year I got 2 lakh. The deviation shows higher performance. Suppose I am getting 1 lakh rupee for the current year's profit, and last year it is 1,50,000. Then there is a decrease in the performance. That is the conclusion we have to arrive at. So that is possible only through analyzing the deviation in the performance. So when we compare the standard performance with the actual performance, It's very easy to find out the deviation. And when we go through again in detail, we can find out which are the areas made a reason, which are the areas are the reason for occurring that deviation, or who is the responsible person for the occurrence of deviation in the performance of the organization. We can control everything then. So the deviation from the standards are assessed and analyzed to identify the causes of deviation. That is the fourth step. And the last step in controlling is taking corrective actions. Once the deviations are identified, we have to take the necessary steps not to overcome, to overcome all the deviations and not to occur these deviations in future. So the final step in the controlling process is taking corrective action. No corrective action is required when the deviation is within the acceptable limits. If there is no much difference between the standard and the actual performance, no need to take more steps, corrective measures. But where significant deviations occur, corrective actions to be taken. Then only we can rectify the error and we can move forward for the achievement of organizational objectives. My dear students, these are the important steps involved in the controlling process. Hope it is very clear for you. Make the idea by creating more mind maps, by reading the textbooks, or going through the different videos, or by reading the different web pages. You can develop more ideas regarding this chapter. Please remember what is the concept of controlling, why it is an element of management, and why how it become a function of management, and what are the different steps adopted to control the entire organization's performance. So hope it is very clear. If you have any doubt, please comment on my YouTube channel. I will clear your doubt. Thank you for your support and thank you for sharing all these videos. Thank you so much.